Greetings, my beautiful kings and queens of you stopping by. Welcome back to my channel. This is Sis Kathy Vet coming to you with another Country Wayne skit from these Country Wayne streets. Let's get into it. Here we go with the War of the Daltons. When Anthony asked Amber why Wayne didn't want her. Here we go.
Amber, I got just one more question.
Anthony, will you please?
Girl, he's not gonna leave you alone. How you gonna say please stop? You just left a man's bed.
I mean, but not, we're going through this divorce because clearly you want this to happen.
You just left another man's bed so he can say what he want to say.
I have the liberty to ask some questions before this gets finalized. You and Wayne, why do you think Wayne didn't want you?
Uh-oh. She about to hit another nerve.
Seriously.
You know how she feel about Wayne?
He was married once.
Wow.
Took her seriously.
Love her some Wayne now.
He's got some baby mamas. Got with them. And even the women that he has now, like Tamara. Like what? He locked her down. What makes you think?
He ain't lock her down. Y'all ain't heard.
Why didn't he lock you down?
Wow.
You think Wayne didn't want me? You really think Wayne didn't want me?
I mean, it was ample time for him to, while y'all was messing around, for him to stop our wedding. You know, the Reverend says, does anyone object? And Wayne just sat there.
Okay, we're gonna keep this all the way real, y'all. Now, you know, ain't that Wayne didn't want her. She knows Wayne is not gonna commit to her. That's the only reason why she even gave Anthony the time of day. And she could not, even after she got engaged to Anthony, could not get Wayne out of her system. Was scared and almost pregnant by this man. They had a little pregnancy scare. Little do Anthony know. He don't know that part. So, to say he didn't want her, oh yeah, he wanted her. But he knew he couldn't commit to her. That's just not Wayne. Wayne is just not built for that. He don't want that in his life right now. Maybe later on when he gets older, when he starts to retire, he'll want to calm down with somebody and find somebody in his older age, like many wealthy men do. Finally, if he been through the marriage thing. So once you've been through the marriage thing and you doing good in your life, you're pretty wealthy, you handling your business, you really don't feel a need to want to get married again no time soon. You're not in a rush. You're having a good time. You had these women. Now, Tamara was the best one that was coming second for a second marriage. She was the best one. But her nagging and not being able to handle his lifestyle and her insecurities messed that up. But that was probably the closest and the most that his, family and children seen him be with a woman that way, as faithful as he was. Because he didn't cheat on her. Now, his flirting, you ain't going to stop Wayne from doing that. But he didn't cheat. Amber, was a good time. I feel he did love her in his own way and care for her, but he wasn't at that point where he wanted to commit and marry, and she knew that, and she was hurt by that, and so she went on and married the one who would commit to her. So, I'm not gonna say he didn't want her, but not enough to marry her.
So, I'm just wondering, why didn't he want you?
Because the devil was in his way.
You.
Because see,
the devil was in his way.
Had you not been there, I would have been living a great life.
Will you?
Because see,
like, okay, now you fooling yourself. You was with Wayne before Anthony. You was with him before Anthony. He had a chance. You started back messing with Wayne. Okay? Once you was involved with Anthony, you started back. Okay, so to say he was the reason why Wayne didn't want you or wanted to commit or marry. I'm hoping that's what you getting into, because it ain't a point of wanting you, committing to you. Is Anthony's fault? No, because he had that chance. He had that chance. And if he very well would have told you, I want you, I want to marry you, and took you serious like that, Amber, you wouldn't have gave Anthony the time of day. So how are you blaming Anthony for Wayne not committed? Girl, bye.
You. You can
No.
never live up to Wayne.
What that got to
You
do with
wanna
him
be
committing
so
to
bad.
Wayne committing with him not
But you don't
competing?
have what he has.
That don't mean nothing, Amber.
See,
You're not making
he's
sense.
so wealthy. There's a difference between rich and wealthy. He's wealthy, and he doesn't penny pinch. He doesn't worry about his money the way that you do. See, he freely gives. Even the women that he's not with anymore, they're well taken care of. But you, see, you're really poor.
Well, he found that funny.
You can laugh all you want, but you're poor in spirit. You're poor.
Now, what she's saying has validity to it, but what she's saying to him really don't make sense, because that's not true. You, Anthony, being the devil, being in the way, and then she goes on to talk about how. What? I'm so confused as to how she put those two things together. You can't compete. What is him competing and you can't live up to Wayne got to do with what Wayne doing? What does how Anthony thinks, or how he moves, or his what does that have to do with? Then if you felt that way about him, why in the world did you even accept his proposal? Why did you marry him? If you felt so low and felt he couldn't compete with Wayne, then why would you go with less than? That says a lot for you. Instead of dissing Anthony, it's saying you got me looking at you crazy, Amber. And one didn't have to do with the other, but what he said. It really didn't. And now you trying to compare to make him feel bad. Now the part that I do agree with what you saying is he's very generous. He's very free. He has a good, healthy relationship with God. He's into his word, regardless of all of Wayne's, flaws. He lives honestly. Even with the women that he's with them. He's honest with them. And he still leaves them in a better place than when he found them. Even if they hurt from the breakups happen. He couldn't commit to them for whatever reason. He's honest enough to tell why, and he moves on. Now, if you can't accept the why, if you hurt because it didn't work out, if you get mad with yourself for being with a man who you know who he was and how he was before you married him, before you got with him, you can't be so mad at him. Because Wayne, even if there are things you disagree with, he lives honestly. And he'll tell you. And if something doesn't work or disturbs his peace, he's going to let it go. And if he feels he's at a certain point where this not working for him no more, then he'll tell you. It is what it is. So, Wayne could be all these things, but he was not ready to commit to you. He just didn't. And you was hurt when he was able to do more for Tamira than he did for you. You was upset with that. You wanted to know what was wrong with you that he didn't do for you what he was willing to do for Tamara. You was upset with that. You was jealous about that, Amber. So if it's going to make you feel better to put him down now, to go back to the point that you was making, that he's free with his money. He tries to still do right, like he broke up with Tamara because she was nagging him. She was getting on his nerves. I saw that coming. I can't really blame him on that. But when he broke up and said it was over, he still continued to pay her. Still continued to let her use the vehicle for a while. Still going to do that for a few months. Like, there's no need to do that. 30,000 for what, 3 months? Then after 3 more months of 15,000. What 125,000 before it's over? I wish somebody would break up with me like that. Please, please, I will not complain. It was great while it lasted. Thank you for the 125,000. Bank account looking better than before I got with you. I'm in a better place than before I got with you. Better position. Yes, indeed. And he's free, and he's still taking care of his children's mother and the children, and just caring for them. He's generous with the money. He's generous even when it comes to these kids. He helping people doing much better in their life than before they got with him. He's open and free, made a lot of them producers. They doing great in their life because of Wayne and his heart and his generosity. On the other hand, when you hold on too tight, when you worship that money like that, Wayne knows where his success comes from, who it comes from. Anthony just says his credit. He gives his success and credit to him and him alone. When you hold on like that, you're not going to get no blessings. You're going to get a lot of despair, and you worshiping your money, your house, and all of that. So, yeah, you are spiritually poor. You're not wealthy in spirit. You're not rich in spirit. You just have trinkets that can easily be taken away. And before Amber helped you get back on your feet, you was broke and lost everything, about to lose your house. So come on, you talking about things, Anthony. You worship things that can easily be taken, brother.
Poverty level. You'll never be on Wayne's level. So don't you worry about me and Wayne. Don't you worry at all.
Still didn't answer my question. Oh, well. I told her don't bring me diet.
You are a hot mess, Anthony Dalton. Let me tell you something. Yeah, but that's a good point. You cannot have that mindset, that and that level of arrogance, and not give the praise to God for all that you have and all that you are. Because that's who your blessings come from. And then, unless you bear witness to whom your blessings come from, those blessings can easily be taken away. He will give you mercy and time to, and grace. That's his grace. That time to acknowledge him, worship him and him alone, praise him and him alone, before he realizes, oh, you ain't getting the picture yet. Snatch. Happened to you once, Anthony, and it can happen again. So be careful. And that's why Wayne is so blessed. With his heart and acknowledgement of who got him to where he is, and helping to give to others to help them. And that's the blessing. Opening them hands and letting go, so God can pour more in and not squeeze so tight. That's what charity comes in at. Okay, so let me know what y'all think about this video. There's a lot to unpack on this one, right? So let's get in here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace, and we out.